So we have this equation, and we're trying to find the number of seconds it takes for the ball to reach its peak. So I'll go through two ways of solving this, one algebraically and one on the graph. You can choose which one feels easier and nicer for you to do on the actual test. So first, I'd say this is the easier method, which would just be plug in your calculator and have a calculator solve it out for you. So let's put this into our calculator real quick, and we have negative 16x squared plus 128x plus 320. I'm going to press graph. And then let's say if the graph is not really adjusted, then what you can do is press zoom fit, and then it will automatically, oh, that's not very good. Or we can try, you can mess around with zoom standard and zoom fit. Hopefully it would get you to the right, okay, this one works. And it will allow you to see the maximum visually on the graph. And now you can do something called find the maximum. I do this by pressing second trace to do the calculator menu, and I go down to maximum to find the maximum. All you gotta do is just put in the left bound and the right bound, and it will automatically calculate the maximum value for you. So I'm holding the left key here, and then holding the right key just to put in the two bounds so it just kind of reduces the work. And then now we see here that the maximum is 3.9999, which is basically 4. And so we know that the number of seconds it takes for the ball to reach its peak is 4 seconds, B. Okay, what if we wanted to do this algebraically? So we can first factor out a 16 and then factor out this entire equation. Let's first factor out the negative 16. So this would be t squared. 128 divided by negative 16 will get you negative 8. And then 320 divided by negative 16 gets you negative 20. Okay, and now what we can do is factor these out to be two values like so, and then it will be easier to find two values that'll get you multiplied will get you negative 20 and add to be negative 8. So let's think for a second. What two values multiply to be 20 and to be add up to be negative 8? So I can think of so far 10 and 2 multiply to negative 20, and we just know that one has to be positive and the other has to be negative. So we put this to be negative and this to be positive. We can see that 2 plus negative 10 gets you negative 8, which satisfies this one, and then 2 times negative 10 gets you negative 20, which also satisfies this one. Okay, so that's how you solve for the two different x-intercepts. And so therefore, the solutions to this would be t is equal to negative 2 and t is equal to 10. To do this, remember, you just find the opposite of these two values. So if you take this one, positive 2, you flip it to be negative 2. Alright, so you know that the two x-intercepts is negative 2 and 10. So to find the peak, is just, we know that if we just look at the graph, for example, there's two x-intercepts, right? The peak is just right at the very middle of that. So we just need to find the very middle of these two values. So to do that, you want to find the absolute value of the negative ones and the positive, add them together and find the average. So 12, 2 plus 10 is 12, divided by 2, it gets you 6. And we just find 6 plus negative 2, so that will get you 4. So we see that the distance between these two values is exactly 6, which means that this is the very center. So the very center, number of seconds it takes for the ball to reach its peak is 4.